Hello, good morning, how you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The rest of my life gonna start today.
Happy Thoughtful Thursdays, everyone. It's nice to see you all. As a matter of fact, I really depend on it. I mean, every time Thursday rolls around, I know I can depend on this episode and seeing you all here. Isn't it nice to be able to depend on someone? That's really important. As a matter of fact, I want to tell you about a word that means depending on someone. It's a really, really big word. So look right up here. So here's the word. Do you see inside the middle of it? It has the word depend right in it. Do you depend on me to be here? I depend on you. And on the outside, there's interdependence. That's a huge word because it means something really big and important. That means that you depend on me and I depend on you. At the very same time, we depend on each other. So we're going to use this word a lot from now on. Interdependence means that we're all connected in so many ways, more ways than we ever thought, but we're going to change that. Let's actually start thinking right now, today, to infinity and beyond, of all the ways that interdependence happens in our lives. Do not forget to make time for a sweet greet. So my favorite teacher ever is a lady I still think about from time to time. Her name is Mrs. Knickerbocker, and she was the best teacher ever. And I still see her every once in a while. And when she sees me, she remembers everything about me. She remembers about my children, my pets, my interests, everything. And it's not because she checks me out on Facebook or Instagram. It's because when she greets me, she's interested in knowing about me. She is a good listener. A good listener is a person who uses every part of their being to listen to what someone says. And in interdependence, you want to make sure that you're spending a lot of time listening and getting to know the people that you depend upon. So you know how in our sweet greet, we worked on making eye contact and using a good smile and asking a question? So right now, we're going to show how with our whole bodies, we're able to listen and really get to know someone. So here I go. Oh, Mrs. Knickerbocker, I haven't seen you forever. How are you? Oh, that's good. And how are your children? What? You have grandchildren now? Well, I bet you are the best grandma ever. It is so nice to see you. So, I smiled, I nodded my head, I leaned in, I listened to what she said to me, and then I asked her more about it. That's what friends do. People who care about one another, people who depend on each other, they make sure that they are interested in what others have to say. That's a way you can have a sweet greet. Care to share? Well, come on and get out of your chair. Are y'all standing? All right, get out your pencil because we're going to be doing some sky writing. This will kind of help us get ready for today. Are you ready? Here's the first word. Down. Here's the first letter. This one goes in a circle. Bet you know what that one is. And then here's the next one. Down and straight down. Do you know what the word is? You. You got it. All right, here's the next one. Ready? Get your pencil. Stick down, up and around, like a mountain. And then straight across and around. Can you guess what the word is? You guessed it, me. All right, let's try one more. This is a hard one because it's a 4-letter word. Are you ready? Here we go. Starting at the top, way down. Then we're gonna kick in and kick out. Ooh, that's a clue. And then a straight line with a dot. There's only one letter that has a straight line and a dot. I bet you know what that is. And then down, up and around. And then this kind of looks like a round circle that's not finished. Lift your pencil, start at the top, and come down. Do you know what that word is? Everybody? You're right. Kind. You, me, kind. Sounds like the great start. I guess we're ready.
So, we didn't use a real pencil today in our warm-up, but pencils sure are valuable. You probably use them every day in your work. Did you ever stop to think what goes into making a pencil and how many people help? From tip all the way down to the end of the eraser. How many people? That's interesting. I never thought about that. But how many people does it take to make one pencil? Think about it for a minute. Do you think you could name 4 different people that might help to put a pencil together? Think of all the parts and see if you can list 4 in your mind. That may seem like a lot of people, but let's start with the tree. The best kind of tree to make a pencil is cedar because it's nice and straight. Cedar grows very tall, but who's gonna cut it down? The first person to help make a pencil, the lumberjack. A lumberjack is out in the woods every day cutting down trees. But now you've got the trees cut. What's next? Truckers to take the logs to a place to get them cut even smaller. And then what about those people who cut the logs into big planks? They also help make the pencils. And what about the inside of the pencil? It's called graphite. Did you know that they had to mine for that? Big caves. Once you've got all that stuff together, what about the pencil companies that put the pencils together? All the way from the tip to the eraser. Oh my gosh, so many people. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't even count that high. That's a lot of people that go into making pencils. Phew. Oh, wait, and what about the people who make the boxes to put the pencils in to ship them? And the stores? And the people who buy them? And the people who check them out? So many people go into making one pencil. Wow, I never thought of it like that. But that makes me think of our word for today. Interdependence. Interdependence means we depend on each other. And when you depend on each other, good things happen. You're going to love our story today. It was written by a friend of mine. I met her in the summer of 2019. She wrote this book and came to talk to us about it. She's from England, where things are a little bit different, and I'll point that out as the story goes on. As we read the story today, I want you to think of that big word we were talking about, interdependence. Sometimes you have to depend on each other to make things. Sometimes you depend on each other to make sure you have all the things that you need. And sometimes you depend on each other just to make each other feel better. And that's what this story is about. I hope you enjoy. Pass It On by Sophie Henn. I see someone who's waking up in the morning. And I see the sun is waking up too. And I see a city. Pass it on. When you see something terrific, smile a smile and pass it on. Do you see something terrific in this picture? Oh, that's pretty terrific. If you chance upon a chuckle and pass it on. I see something that gives me a chuckle. What about you? If I were in the pool with a friendly octopus, I might go Maybe he's tickling me. If you see something that's amazing, whoop it up and pass it on. I see something amazing. It would be amazing to be with monkeys. I was with a monkey once and it landed on my head. And I did think that I whooped it up. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Can you whoop it up? Should you spot a thing of wonder, jump for joy and pass it on. I don't know. Can you see this in the corner? Right up there. Do you see joy in the corner? That is my word. And let me tell you, if I saw something of wonder, I would jump for joy and pass it on. Wait. I did see something of wonder once. When I was in Australia on a boat early in the morning reading a book, as I did, a big whale jumped out of the water. It was amazing. Believe me, that made me jump for joy. With all the smiles you have made and the joy you've spread about, you'll find the world's a little nicer and those smiles a little brighter. Just because you passed it on. Just because you took the time to pass it on. Sometimes the fun and glee aren't in their usual place. But search around, there's always some. A hum, a hug, a happy face. So when the sky is gray and rainy, you'll know just what to do. Grab your wellies and your coat, splash a smile and pass it on. Can you guess what wellies are? Look in the picture. Grab your wellies and your coat. Well, here's your coat. What do you think these are? Those are called wellies.
I learned that from my friend Sophie. If you feel a little lonely, don't let that worry you. Just branch out. See who's there. Find some fun. And pass it on. And when you least expect it, like a bolt out of the blue, a smile or a chuckle will be passed right back to you. Do you see the smile or chuckle that's passed back? Do you think it's that bunch of balloons? I think that would make me chuckle or smile. Enjoy that happy moment. Let that feeling fill you up. Oh, look. Do you think that she's being filled up with that feeling? There's so many balloons there. Then, what do you think's going to happen next? Have a ball. Raise the roof. Kick your heels. And pass it on. That is such a good feeling, isn't it? Look. This little one looks like they're passing it on. You know, interdependence means you depend on others for your happiness too. Wouldn't it be nice if you could pass on some happiness to others that you care about?
Let's be mindful for a minute. Do you know what that means? It means sit very quietly in a comfy place and think about all the things you have in your head. How about this? Every day little moments happen that make us happy. Sometimes a tickle makes us giggle. Sometimes a surprise makes us gasp. Sometimes we feel wild and want to whoop it up and holler and laugh. A big belly laugh. Sometimes we get good news and it makes us want to jump for joy. We could keep all these little moments to ourselves. But life is about interdependence. Depending on others and letting them depend on us. Wouldn't it be nice to spread a smile, a jump, a hee-hee-hee? Pass it on. It's the kind thing to do. And that is our Mindful Minute.
Remember today's word, interdependence. That means we can all depend on each other. And if we can all depend on each other, that's a way we can stay connected and show kindness. Have a great day. See you next week.
Hope you felt a connection today. That is so important if you want to see the whole picture. Here's a thought. To make it work, you've got to connect a lot of dots. That's what interdependence means.
Rest of my life gonna start today.